And we are back again, Mr. Adam Rattab, number 210 black belt, the main man himself, absolute killer. How you doing, my friend? What's going
I'm
on?
good, man. It's good to see you, bro. How are you?
It's been a hot minute. Yeah, it's good, man. Just taking on, training, coaching, just...
Yeah, I see that, to be fair. How you coach quite a bit now, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. Like, PTs were like quite a big one, but now classes are the main focus and just... It's nice, man. Because I'm not a full-time coach, but when I'm there, little bits and bobs you show people, you see them pick it up, you see them make adjustments, and you see them in
Yeah.
competitions as well. It's wicked.
Oh, mate, it's a great feeling. I mean, I'm a part-time coach. Like, I teach once every other week, and I take classes, like, if I need to cover for someone. So, yeah. And then I help out at competitions because I just can't not get involved, shouting and screaming. And hopefully they take something away. But, yeah, I know the feeling. It's great.
Well, that's it. When I fought Jaden, I remember hearing you, Kieran, and Aaron just like screaming, and even the videos and that. I'm like, wow, I can't get a word in. I can't hear any of my corner.
Do you know what? I think that's part of our success. If we can just, out scream the other team, then no one else can hear. That's actually one of my techniques. I'll listen to what they're saying. They'll be like, oh, grab the leg. Or I'm like, no, don't grab the leg.
Watch the leg.
Yeah, I'm terrible, but passion.
It's the game, man. It's the game.
Yeah, if nothing else, I'm passionate about our guys competing. So, yeah. Now, hey, saying that, coaching, you gave us some really good techniques the other week, me and Dim. We come away from that like, fuck me, that was some great techniques there, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it a lot, man. So say, when it comes to this sort of stuff, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just a massive nerd on it. I mean, obviously, it's a bit of a faux pas coaching a higher grade, but it's one of them where it's just matter of fact. It's something you appreciate. It's like, it's just a technique.
That's it.
If you haven't seen it, it's something to sort of,
Yeah, literally. There's no, like I always say, you can learn from anyone. So apart from white belts, because they're not really people.
Yeah, of course not.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with learning from a lower belt at all. And like I said, me and Dim both took away something good for. Like he's a bit of a leg locker himself. So even he was like, "Fuck me! Like I've never seen this shit before." So that was really good, man. Thank you.
It's all right, man. I stole it from Lachlan Giles, so it's all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look at his stuff now.
That's it. Anyone, I'm not sponsored by Should Be. Sub Meta. If you get Sub Meta, it's the best way to learn stuff.
Yeah.
And you just try it out, train with it, and see you get on. Obviously, any kind of technique troubleshooting stuff, but it's just a system. Because when you're learning stuff, you get like these individual like parts of techniques. Here's a scenario where that technique works.
Yeah.
And that's just practice reps and reps and reps. That scenario.
There's a guy who keeps promoting him on YouTube. I was watching his videos for a while, and he always talks about stuff because you can search like any part of a technique, right, and it all comes up like from different videos. Yeah, I need to have a look at that then. Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, is that less impressed, more improved?
That's it. Yes, I was gonna say deep dive BJJ, but it's not. It's like less impressed. Was it?
Less impressed, more improved.
That's it. Yeah, he's sick. What is he as well? I don't think he's very high.
I've got no idea, man. But
I think he's like a blue belt or something, or a purple belt maybe. No, I think he might even be a blue belt, but he knows his shit, and his videos are really good.
It's one of them. I like those videos, but I get so sick of him talking about the pricing thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you sign up now, you can get your grandfather pricing of the old stuff. I'm like, okay, I get that. Skip.
Skip.
I know the last sections of the video. Everything I clicked for.
Literally, that is it. Just sometimes I just listen to it and I'm like, okay, and I just, you can't bother to. You're in the. Oh, I'm bad. I watch stuff in the car, and I'll just leave it.
Allegedly.
I'm not paying attention, but yeah, I have it in the car, and I just, I don't know why. I just sit there, just painfully going through the ads and stuff. But yeah, no, he's got good videos. So I like his stuff. I've not watched the jiu-jitsu tutorial in a long time. I've just been really lazy. Just listen to music now.
It's nice though, isn't it? You sort of switch off, because if you're like doing it all the time, and this is something you definitely, I think, could attest to, is it's consistency over time.
Yeah.
You can't have this crazy, I live and breathe it non-stop. I'm training, I'm listening to it, I'm studying it, I'm all this stuff. It's like, you'll burn out.
Nah, that's 100% true, man. Anyone I've seen who's just gone like balls deep and just, training 8 times a week and just new diet, all that sort of stuff, they always fail at some point, and then it's like crash and burn. So yeah, consistency's key. Just, slowly catch your monkey.
Now, there's a question I used to ask at the podcast quite a bit, and I want to sort of ask it at this stage, not the end, is what advice would you give to your white belt self?
To my white belt self? Yeah, probably calm the fuck down. My white belt self. I don't know. To be fair, focus on cardio. I can't actually stress that enough. Fitness and not cardio as such. I don't do cardio. I just do jiu-jitsu. But that's a lie. What's wrong with me? I'm just
lying. It's
Do
compulsive
you know
lying.
what? I haven't done cardio in a while, but because of my jiu-jitsu fitness, my cardio in general is much better. And there are times where I'll jump on the spin bike, I'll jump on the air bike, but it is rare. But just general fitness and health, because I've lost like 6 or so kilos.
Really?
Yeah, since like the middle of Jan, I started eating a bit cleaner, and I just feel so much better. Like I'm a bit lighter. I don't feel weak. I still feel quite strong, but yeah, you can just do so much more. Just nothing worse. You know the feeling, being on the mat, knowing what to do, just having no energy to do it, and you're just like, oh, this is terrible. So yeah, just focus on fitness and actually being a bit healthier. You ain't got to go crazy, but just a bit healthier. Sugar is the enemy.
Oh, 100%. I think like just incremental steps in the right direction are the big sort of details there. Like it's
That's
not,
it.
I have to go one or the other, all in, all out. It's very much like when I'm making decisions day to day on what I'm doing, is it music in the car? Is it a podcast? Is it diet or something sugar free or normal full fat? What's going on? It's just
Yeah,
little
yeah.
things like that. They add up quite nicely.
They do. That's true. Like you said, little incremental changes that you can actually keep up with. Nothing like don't go all out and try doing everything at once and carnivore diets and all that, because everyone I've seen try it just doesn't seem to. They all fall off the wagon. Just little things. Just be a bit healthier. Yeah, I mean, if you eat crap, eat a little bit less crap maybe. But yeah,
Bit damage control.
exactly. Just manage it. Like one guy used to know, he'd stop training for a while, and then he'd come back and be like, right, I've got a new diet. I'm training 8 times this week. I'm going to this gym, this gym, this gym. He'd do that for about a week and a bit, and then he's dead. You won't see him again for a few months.
I'm surprised.
Exactly. But then you got everyone else who just keeps going. I mean, back then when you had 3 classes a week, so it'd be like 2 or 3 classes a week, but slow and steady, and they're just constantly improving, just slowly. So that's the thing. Just keep training, keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, small incremental changes.
Here's a question for you. If you had to take day one white belt and turn him into, was it, Mundial Campeão, this massive world champion, what is your game plan? Like, they've got unlimited funds for PTs, classes, and all the rest of it.
Oh, I'm terrible, man. I'm not good at any of this. Unlimited. Well,
So, like, money and time's no option. You can focus on whatever you want for however long you want. Just like a general, where would you invest the time is really the question.
it's got to be jiu-jitsu.
No, but like in jiu-jitsu, like
Oh, in jiu-jitsu.
to become a jiu-jitsu world champion.
What techniques?
Yeah, like techniques. Where do you prioritize? Is it the escapes? Is it the attacks? Is it a system? Is it like leg locks? Where would you?
Fundamentals. I'd say fundamentals as a whole. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, fundamentals. Because remember we had our discussion before. If you've got a good base, you've got good fundamentals. It doesn't really matter what the other people are doing, because if they're good at wrestling, but you've got good fundamentals, you can adjust. You can see the shots and stuff coming. It's not the end of the world. If if you're playing guard, you still got good fundamentals. You're not going to get your guard passed and stuff. Leg locks. I always tell people, like, if you're doing no-gi and they're like, oh, but these people are leg lockers. I'm not. Don't worry. Just focus on the basics. You can still shut that sort of stuff down. So yeah, just focus on the fundamentals and guard. I believe jiu-jitsu mainly is the guard. So always.
How do you mean, like passing and playing? What do you mean playing?
I mean
specifically?
playing specifically, yeah. Because obviously passing's great, and being on top is, I love smashing as well. But at the same time, I just believe being able to control somebody from guard, that's what really makes jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu might be controversial, maybe,
A little
but
bit controversy. It's all good.
yeah. What do you think?
I definitely agree. I feel like, yes, it gets memed. Yes, it is all those things. But every word is very carefully. Generating like aggression and problems from the bottom
Yeah,
is where the actual, I don't know, there's definitely art and skill and everything else in the other areas,
Yeah.
but the concept of being on your back in a bad position and making it advantageous
that's
is
jiu-jitsu.
kind of the point, isn't
That's
it?
what I think. Yeah, exactly. Because anyone can get on top and just dominate, especially in a street fight or something like that. I don't like to talk about street fighting. People always just say, "Oh, is jiu-jitsu good for a street fight?" I'm like, don't think about fighting in the street. It's just not worth it. Just walk away, shake hands, and it's not worth it. But yeah, if you're in, anyone can just get on top and try and maul you to death. So yeah, being able to control and dominate, and yeah, especially from the back, I believe that is what jiu-jitsu is all about, mainly. So yeah, I like to earn the top position. I like to think. So if I'm sparring, I think, oh, I'll play guard. And then once I get the sweep, then I've earned the top position. That's what I like to think in my mind.
Well, 100% makes a lot of sense because then when you're in the dominant position, it doesn't mean like you've done it through, I don't know. Because in the training room, when you start from knees or from seated,
Yeah.
getting top position isn't really earned as
No.
such. It's more just like manners. It's just like, okay,
Yeah, it
they
is.
wanted to go on top, so I let them.
Yeah.
It's not really I had
Yeah,
to
it's not exactly
wrestle.
rested. You're literally just like, okay, push them over. Like it happens so many times as well. You like guys would be like trying to wrestle from the knees. I'm like, why don't you just play guard? Just go for it. Like why are you still fighting off your knees? But yeah, that's how I think. I got to earn that top position, and then I can try and smother the shit out of people.
Yeah, I know you do. But this is it. Like in competitions yourself, obviously, congratulations for the weekend.
Thank you.
Absolutely smashed it, man.
Thanks, man. I was battered after that, like, honestly, but I felt great.
How many matches in the end? How did you find
10.
them?
Mate, honestly, I felt great. I had the Nogi Absolute first, 3 wins, 1 loss against Matt Inman. He's a fucking monster.
He's a dog, man. He's so
Like, literally, no one even filmed it. It felt like a good entry. I went with some like mad leg entry. I don't think I had a bite at all. But then he literally just got on top, passed my guard, smothered the hell out of me. Like, got to north-south. Even before he locked up the choke, I was like, oh, underneath, dying. So yeah, that was 4 matches. The gi fight, gi absolute, I lost my first. It was literally just straight after the no gi. I got caught with a knee bar. Then I had 2 fights in the gi, and I won my gi division, my weight, and then the no gi. I mean, I'm 7 fights deep. These guys were fresh as well. I had to drop down to adults to get a match, and then won my first, and then lost the other 2 by points. And then yeah, the last one I was just done.
yeah, man, 100%.
If you see the video, there's probably points where I'm just like, he'll get something, and I'm just like, oh, I can't move.
4 divisions, though, man. That's really good going. That's a different mindset, man. It's a different world.
Mate, do you know what? I was like, fuck it, why not? If I felt like it on the day, I could have just said like, nah, I'll miss it. But I felt fine. Just literally the last fight, I had nothing left really. But yeah, I still managed to medal. I still got a win, so I'm still happy. But yeah, it's all experience. It's what I tell people as well. If you can go to a competition, if you've got the day off, you got the funds, just go. You're never gonna regret it really. You might get lost, but it's experience. You're always going to learn something, so it's always good.
That's it. No one gets worse from competing. That's
Exactly.
a good thing
You're only going to get better. Shame you can be there, man.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. It's one of them. When it comes to trying to earn the funds to go to the things,
Yeah, I know.
it kind of is counterintuitive almost. It puts me out of the things.
Yeah, I know. So what's happened?
Well, it's just one of them where I've just pinged my back in the warehouse. But I'll tell you what's really going on in regards to competitions is like I've been so many. Recently.
Yeah, you've been doing like invitationals and shit as well, man.
I've been so busy with them, and as soon as I got injured, I was a bit like,
You rested.
that's a weekend off. So as much as it was like, yeah, it hurts, I can't really, sort of twist and likes to try and drive all the usual shit. It's just a bit like, just lying in on Saturday.
It's not the worst way to spend a Saturday.
It's just, I don't know. The whole point is like, I love competitions. I love cracking on with all of it. I love the challenge, I love the adrenaline, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
But it just got to a point where I was like, I just need just a weekend off. Like, instead of driving up to Middlesbrough, Manchester, Liverpool, all these different places, like
You went to Manchester, Liverpool.
why is no one doing these things in Bedfordshire,
Wow.
Northamptonshire?
Fisticuffs Invitational.
Like and subscribe, comment if you want a Fisticuffs invitation because I'm down. I'll find a gym who wants to host it.
That's not a bad idea. You could do it here. Just set some mats up down here.
Or
You've really got the film crew.
we'll pause everything and have a little conversation. That's food for thought. That is. That's tempting.
It's not a bad idea. It's not the worst idea I've had.
That's it. Man. I'm a Volkanovski. I'll fight everyone as well on the card. Every single man. No one's safe. Well, I'm not safe.
No.
Just written off by the second match. Like, oh, what was I signed up for?
Don't worry, man. I'll bring the diazepam. You'll be all right.
It's a party now. Let's do it. But no, what's your favourite competition memory?
Favorite competition? I've got a few, man. I mean, you know what? One of my favorites is winning my first gold at blue belt because when I got my blue belt, I had a competition like a week later, and I lost twice, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like these guys don't fuck about. Do you know what I mean? It's such a different level from white belt to blue. and then it took me a while to even get a win. So then the 2 years from then to getting my first gold, I was like, oh, do you know what I mean? It just felt fucking fantastic. So that was especially one of my favourite moments. That's probably it really. Yeah, getting my first gold. Because I had quite a few fights that day as well. I was so close to getting double. I'm yet to get that absolute gold medal yet. So
Yeah, is the key word.
yeah, you got to keep trying.
Definitely, 100%.
But yeah, I almost got double that day. But yeah, just getting that first gold, that felt great. And then I had a few after that. So it's quite nice.
That's wicked, man.
How about yourself?
I don't know, because I've had quite a few funny ones, like last minute super fights, driving up halfway across the country for a match and getting
Yeah.
a win. It's good fun, but my first gold, it was my first gold in competition. It was UMAC actually, at Purple.
Yeah.
Because competitions throughout, I've had like little invitational medals and I've had like default silvers and bronzes
Yeah.
and the default golds when no one shows up. But when it comes to game day, I used to always freeze and panic and just do just stupid mistakes.
Right.
But to finally get a gold, I was literally like, just subbed the guy twice. It was a 2 out of 3 bracket. Guy was
Okay.
undersized. It was all this. It was a complete shit show. UMAC was a mess that time round. It just
Yeah.
seemed to be like,
Is that the first one?
I think the second one, because I had my gi weight, I signed up at 76 and I fought someone at 88.
Fuck, that's my weight.
And
my
then-
old weight.
And then I fought 73 and a half for no-gi and the guy was 59 and a half. He moved up. So it was just a bit of a mess. But when I got my gold, I was like, do you know
That's
what?
not Jaden. No.
No.
Okay.
That was the next time when I went, and again I fought Jaden. He went up a weight. He went up a weight because he was 70.
He went up 2 weights.
Did he?
He went up 2 weights, yeah, because he signed up. So what weight are you?
76.
So then he would have been under.
Under 70, I would have thought.
No, under 60.
Under
No.
se-
No, what is it? Under 58 or whatever. It was at 2 weights. I remember looking, thinking, Jaden, Dan's 2 weights above you, you know. But yeah, that was a good match actually. You guys went for it. That
We
was
had
fun.
the scrambles, man. I loved it because this is it. Like, I'm not butthurt over losses with stuff, and people
Oh,
just
no,
get
you can't
like
be.
funny about it. And it's just like, nah, I got to compete. I'm healthy. I'm not injured. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
that's
It's
it.
fun.
That's another thing as well. You come away uninjured, you're ready for the next one. Like, who cares? He was just better than you on the day. Like, as long as you put out what you could, do you know what I mean, you done the best you could. Nah, it's fun. It's all good.
I'll tell you what was cool. He came to the gym not long after. He came
Yeah.
like fairly recently, and he came to one of my classes. And you know what? It's just really cool. I thought, despite someone in the competition and the bullpen and the rest of it, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a big dog in him. And you see him afterwards, it's like, oh, what was the expression? Was it, I have more in common with my opponents than my friend
Oh, really?
because they have the same interests and the same goals and the same driving force.
Yeah.
They're just out to get you because they're in your way or in their way, whatever it is.
I never heard that. That's interesting though. That's true.
You see what I mean, though? It's just like mates down the pub versus someone like Jaden. It's like,
Yeah.
I'd rather hang out with Jaden.
Well, it's like my life at the moment, man. Like, pretty much all my mates are into jiu-jitsu one way or another. So I still have my friends, but even then, like, I chat more to my jiu-jitsu mates. We just chat all the fucking time, too much, really. But like siblings.
It's wicked, though. That's what I like about 210. It's like the atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Like, went there to train a little while back, and that was good fun. And like,
Yeah, you need to come down more, man.
Yeah,
You need to come up to Kraken more as well, to be fair.
well, there's no reason not to. It's just finding the,
That's it. You know, it's the time. That's all it is. Because you're always welcome to come and train with us, and we love having you.
No, I appreciate it so much. I tell you what was hilarious when I went. Aaron knew, he recognised my tattoo. I've got a really shitty Simpsons tattoo. And he comes over and he's like, that's dignity, bruv. That's dignity. And I was just like in awe, man.
Aaron is Mr. Simpsons, man. He fucking loves it. Any Simpsons memes and stuff, I just send straight to him. He always, yeah. Cause I remember asking you about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that? And Aaron's like, you don't know what that tattoo is. Oh, terrible, man.
He's
Where
a
is
hero.
it?
Can we get close up, Stuart? So, this is dignity, little man. This is what Millhouse's dad draws in Pictionary to the resemblance of dignity. And the story behind this, I had half an hour left of a tattoo session where I got my shin done.
Is that what it is?
And I was like, fuck it. Do you mind just getting this on? And yeah. And then Aaron comes up and says, that's dignity, bro. That's dignity.
That's fucking hilarious.
And whenever I chat to people, like, I've got a Simpsons tattoo. Like, oh, why is it? Expecting some generic like
Yeah.
Bart or Lisa or whatever, and it's that. And they're like, what the fuck is that?
I literally just thought it was like a half-finished tattoo. I didn't have a clue.
Imagine that's just half. What's the rest of
Yeah.
it?
Is that your favourite tattoo?
I'd say so, yeah. If not, forearm.
You got. Oh, that's pretty sick.
What's your favourite?
Oh, do you know what? Oh, I've got too many. I like this one.
That's sick.
I've got jiu-jitsu tattooed there. My kids' names, Maya, Rafe. That's probably one of my favourites, my
Yeah,
210
sick.
tattoo. Yeah, I've got a sugar skull there with a black belt. I've got like 3 jiu-jitsu tattoos now. I'm fucking obsessed.
At least you're a black belt getting them done.
I was a blue belt getting this one done.
Oh,
I think I might have even been like a week out because remember I was saying before the podcast we used to get told before when we were getting our belts. I was like, oh okay, I'm getting my blue belt soon. That's fine. And I couldn't wait. I was like, I really wanted this tattoo. And I wanted, you know, it's like you want to get something before somebody else does. So I was like, fuck it, just booked it and got it done. I was gonna wait to get my black belt before I got this 210 one, but then I was like, nah, somebody's gonna end up getting one. Bunch of the guys have got 210 tattoos now. So I'm just like, nah, I need to get it before somebody else does.
I love that though. It's like you get people at gyms who don't even buy their own kit, let alone get a tattoo. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
mate, we love our kit. And we're like hounding Kieran, like, can you design some more shit? Just make some more stuff because it's like printing free money. As soon as you make something, everyone wants to buy it. It's crazy. I should have bought you something. I didn't even think.
That's right. It's always next time.
Next time, I'll bring you a rash guard or something next time.
Swap you out some fisticuff stuff.
Yeah, I got some. I literally, do you know what? I've got one of the Luton Town rash guards.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm giving. I need to give it away because I don't wear it. I'm not really a football fan. I didn't want to miss out on it though. You know, FOMO. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just not going to wear this. I got a whole drawer full of rash guards. I was chucking a couple out. Why didn't I fucking think? Anyway, yeah.
It's all good, my man. Now, what's your least favourite competition memory like? Where it came to like, I don't know, you just did like some white belt mistake, something just like, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. My worst.
Or like the worst day where it's like the weight cut was terrible, you get there late, you're almost missing your back.
I've never weight cutted.
Really?
Nah, so I used to always walk around like 87, 88. So my weight cut's like a kilo. Do you know what I mean? Just to make sure I get in the gi. And times where I've been over, like I've been really heavy, I've just gone up to 94. One time I'd done the British. We just had Maya. And so I wasn't really training as much, but I was like, fuck it, I still want to compete. British is round the corner, let me sign up. I checked my weight, I was around like 91. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go up to 94. Day came of the comp, I weighed in at 88.
Really?
Yeah. So I was literally like, fuck's sake. I could have got in at the weight below, ended up fighting these monsters. I still got a couple of wins, but I've got bronze, I think, at that.
Good going, man.
But yeah, I never really weight cut apart from, trying to think now, the last Grappling Industries where I had to cut like 2 kilos or something like that. Nothing major. It's not really a proper cut. You MMA guys do a lot more. What's the most you've cut?
6 in 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how?
Very, very painfully and slowly.
But how?
Sauna.
Sauna?
Mate, it was miserable. So I was 71 and a half, 72, and I finished work on the Thursday about 5-ish. I get back to Bedford about 6, 7, get all my stuff, sauna suit, all the good stuff, to the gym for 7:30, 8-ish. I'm there till about 10, maybe no, probably even earlier than that, got there till about 10-ish.
Yeah.
Come home, then drive to Northampton in the morning, like before weigh-ins, and just sit in the sauna like there for like 3 hours.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, mate, I went from 72 to 66.
Yeah.
And I was like this. My voice was so gone and so dry.
Is that day before weigh-in?
Yeah.
So you got a whole day to hydrate?
So it was hilarious, though. I remember that. I went to the weigh-ins and Fabian Evans was there.
Yeah.
And I met him and I was like, hi, Fabian, nice to meet you. You must have thought, who's this junkie, man? Because here I am just like conked out, just like spaced out, can't get my words out. And he's just thinking, right, bro.
Oh, mate, you know a funny story, right? I remember actually, so I used to train at Storm Gym back in the day when Amir was running the place. And I had an MMA fight at Battle Arena. I wonder if you were around back then.
Maybe.
This was like, well, probably like 14 years ago, maybe even more than that. So I was training there and I had an MMA. I used to walk around at 70 kilos, and I had an MMA fight at like 65. But they told me 65. I'm in the sauna on the day, like a bunch of us fighters get to Northampton for the event, and I'm like 2 kilos overweight, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it, you'll be fine." So I weighed in. They're like, "Yep, cool, whatever." And I'm fighting Raymond.
Was it Battle Arena?
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I fought Raymond at Battle Arena, and I had no jiu-jitsu back then. It was literally just striking. Amir, how do I defend an armbar? Just punch him in the face. That's what we were told.
So far off.
Mate, honestly, but it was just terrible. So yeah, I weigh in. I must have been about 66, 67 kilos for this fight. Maybe even more. But I'm trying to cut down there. I couldn't. I was already skin and bones. And then, yeah, Raymond rocks up. He's heavier than me. He's like 70 kilos, 71 kilos. He's like, "Oh, why did you have to cut?" I'm like, "They told me it was 65. He's like, "Nah, they told me it was 70. I was like, Jesus Christ. So then, yeah, I had the rest of the day to, hydrate. But it was the same day weigh-in.
Oh, mate, it's murder for MMA as well.
And then, yeah, it weren't too bad. It weren't too bad. I mean, yeah, it was a bit painful, but not the end of the world. Still not 6 kilos. But then, yeah, got there, had the fight with Raymond, and he's literally it was like takedown, sub after sub after sub. Round 1 done, second round out, takedowns. And so I think I got like 2 knees into his chest, and that was about it. I felt good about that. But then it was literally just sub after sub. I'm trying to defend, and then armbarred the hell out of me. So, yeah, that's my MMA career. Actually, no, I had another fight years later. I got a Kimura win, but that was a lot heavier. I was 84, so 70 kilos and 84 kilos.
Mate, that's a jump.
I know.
The Jared kind of knew, isn't it?
But man, like Raymond obviously knew what he was doing. That was he actually knew jiu-jitsu. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, just pretending. It was so funny.
Big up Raymond, man. He's one of them. I've been training with him for years now.
Yeah.
And he's always up to date with what's going on. He's always helping the guys out, spending his time like as coaches do. They go to the events, the corner, and they're sorting out all the arrangements for the fights, all this sort of stuff, all behind the scenes stuff. I just think he's a top guy, man.
Yeah, he's a sound guy, man.
Same with Danny as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I
all
like
the
both
coaches.
of them. I ain't got nothing bad to say about either of them. They're always friendly to me, so and we're gonna go see them in a bit.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like coaching in general gets underappreciated so much, especially by like the grassroots and everyone else. It's expected.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got my first fight booked. It's like, it's a weekend I'm not going to get back then. That's going to be
Yeah.
all the rest of it. And it's just, I don't know. Like, I love doing it. I love the extra efforts here and there. Obviously, I'm part-time with it. I just pop in when it suits and the rest of it. But I don't know. Just big up the coaches, big up all.
Oh, 100%. Like I said, I'm a part-time coach, and yeah, there's even that. I feel like that takes up an evening, and you just think these guys are doing it. Like one point, it was just Aaron and Kieran at our gym, and they were taking 5 or 6 classes a week and stuff, just like week in, week out, working on top of that as well. Just straight from work, jiu-jitsu, non-stop, it's relentless, man. But look what they've built. Great vibes at our gym. Like, we've got so many members now. I mean, there's guys at our gym I don't even know because we've got different classes, like daytime and evenings. And I'll be like, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? They're like, I've been at classes. I've been training 3 times a week. Where have you been? I'm like, oh, we must just be missing each other. Do you know what I mean?
Ships in the night.
Yeah, literally. But like, yeah, there's so much that goes into coaching. It's not just showing up and doing a few techniques. And like they know their craft. Do you know what I mean? They know what they're teaching, and they're always ready with an answer and stuff like that. It is, yeah, it's a big thing, and guys doing it like full time. It's amazing.
No, definitely. And I feel like to get to that point, it takes so much. What is it? Is it 10 years of work to become an overnight success or something like that? And that's what it seems like. You see like social media, you see like highlights, bits and bobs, but then you appreciate what's gone into that.
Yeah.
And most of what that is like, oh, I've forgotten to post. I'm going to put something up.
Yeah.
And it's just you're too busy just chipping away, grafting, and just keeping all the lights on.
That's true, man. I mean, we were lucky. We had we may or may not have had some sneaky lockdown sessions as well to allegedly keep us ticking over. But we would have all lost our minds if we didn't have that. We were setting up in random places like bed sheets covering windows and stuff just to get the training. Back garden, jiu-jitsu, garages, and
Bando.
Honestly, man, it was so funny. But what are you gonna do? Go without jiu-jitsu? I 2 weeks and I start losing my mind. I start becoming a horrible person.
The thing is, I started studying leg locks in lockdown with no training partner.
Really?
That's when it started, to be honest. I was watching Ono Flanagan's Jiu-Jitsu for Dummies, like leg locks for dummies. And it was actually all right. And I spoke to him afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, that instructional shit. He just stole it from Eddie Cummings." And I was just like, "Fair enough." But no, he's jokes,
So what
man.
were you practicing on?
I wasn't. I was just studying and making notes.
You just studying making notes?
Yeah, because what I was trying to get with the leg locks is something I still do now. Is like shapes. So like the Kimura shape, you see the arm bent, things like
Yeah.
that, opportunistic. Same with leg locks and stuff. So this makes a single leg X, this makes a saddle, this makes 50-50 and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Then working backwards.
That's interesting. I never thought about it like that.
'Cause that's what leg locks are to me as such. It's basically just a guard.
Yeah, of course.
And you just kind of, I don't know, you just transition.
Well, I'm still trying to learn the leg lock game. I'm
I'm
not.
still trying to learn it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're better than me, man. You've got some good techniques, but yeah, I like it. I need to work. Yeah, I'm gonna work some more on it. Maybe I'll have a look at that jiu-jitsu for dummies, leg lock for dummies.
I'll just send you the submatter stuff and bits and bobs. But again, it's just how you learn it and how you take things in. I'm just, cause when it came to like school, for example, learning and revising, out the window.
Oh, I
Couldn't
can't
do
do
it.
that.
Can't sit down and read a book. Can't crack on with it. If I have to, but very reluctantly. I was right with reading at some stages, but anyway. When it comes to jiu-jitsu learning, something just clicks.
Do you drill? Like when you get a technique, do you drill it over and over, or
Yes and no. I'll drill the mechanics right until I can do it soundly. Do a couple reps just to tick on, but the ADHD fires away and I'm like, switch off.
Yeah,
Next thing, new shiny. And it's like, okay, let's try and rein this in for a little bit.
I know that feeling.
But I get mental reps in sometimes. Andrew Wiltsey talks about that,
Yeah,
where it's like you think about a sequence and you kind of just play it through in your head.
yeah. I never thought about that. No, that's interesting. I can't do it. I just have to do it. Do you know what I mean? So we'll get shown a technique, and like you said, I'll do it a few times in class, but then I can't just keep drilling. I just get so bored. I don't know what's like. Obviously, ADHD, like you said, I don't mind doing it for like the fitness. If I'm in that like drilling mode just for fitness wise, and I'll be doing it over and over. But at the same, but once I feel like I've got something, I'm just like, okay, cool, that's fine. Like onto the next sort of thing, or we can go over and break down. But I'm more like a conceptual learner. I need to know why we're doing this and why it works and things to the rules of it. That's more how I prefer to learn.
Oh, definitely. And this is something that really rings true with me as well. It's like that conceptual like boundaries and understanding like the Pablo Picasso thing. You learn the rules as a beginner so you can break them like an artist.
Yeah,
You get that foundation, you get that structure of okay, I don't need to know this specific scenario. Like that's what we said about earlier. Like if you learn a technique in a class, it's like, okay, we're in this position.
yeah,
They've done this, so we do that. And it's very much like, unless you're in that specific instance,
it's not gonna work.
it's not going to work. You just don't have an opportunity to try it.
Yeah,
It's like, it's very limited. Whereas if you say, whenever the elbow goes across the center line, the back's exposed. Okay, I can work with that.
yeah, exactly. Nah, that's a good. I do. There's some like. Do you follow Standard Jiu-Jitsu on Instagram?
I'm not sure.
Greg Souders.
I think so, yeah.
He's got some good games. I stole a couple of his things, where it's like you're doing guard passing games. You don't tell the guys to think about it too much. Just it's one game where you just got to control the J point, they call it. So foot either by the hip or on the inside like headquarters. Just control that. That's game one. The other guy's just got to escape and come out of it. Then the other game is to get round and actually past like chest to chest. And you just tell the guys, get chest to chest or chest to back. And they're like, oh, but how? Just don't worry about it. Just keep going. Once you get there, you've won and keep going. Do you know what I mean? And then people just will do it. They'll just keep working it and thinking, right, I need to just get here instead of, and then you can use it as like a warm up as well. But instead of like getting bogged down in, like I said, specific scenarios, it's just, that's where you want to get to. You kind of figure out how to do it on your own in a way. And yeah, people will do it and they'll enjoy it more rather than just silly little specific stuff. I can't stand it.
It makes a lot of sense though. And like, what is it? There's a principle of like, you get to the destination and the journey's kind of going to always be changing regardless.
Yeah.
And the idea of being a smooth transition from A to B to C to D is just idealistic. As Instagram reels, that's the equivalent of long pad work around. You know what I mean? It's not really like a good representation of pure jiu-jitsu. Whereas what it is attack, defend, attack, counter, all the rest of the transitions. It's a bit messy is the wrong word, but it's not a clean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not a clear cut.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a clear cut sequence. It's like you said, counters and everything else. But yeah, once you got the rules down, the concepts, yeah, you can kind of play along and figure it all out. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know every single move. You can just play about with it. That's what I like.
Who at 210 is really looking forward to the future? You're looking forward to seeing them in the future competing.
Who am I looking forward to seeing
Yeah.
competing in the future? Oh God.
Who's like showing off a lot of at the early stages, who's doing well, who could be on the bigger shows later down the line.
Oh, do you know what? After the weekend, Kieran Dolphins, mate, he was fucking on fire. He just got his blue belt. I think, same day as me, at the last grading. So this was his first comp at blue. Fucking smashed it, mate. Like literally, just so dominant. Like I pretty much didn't have to tell him anything really, just a few little pointers here and there just to help him out. You know, you're telling guys, don't worry about finishing the guy and exerting all your energy because you still got 4 fights left to go. Just things like that really. He was just so focused. It was just fucking great to watch. And who else? I just like watching any of our guys compete really. I always tell them, just if you can, just do it. And we've got UMAC coming up, so there's gonna be a bunch of people fighting there. My little boy's fighting as well, so him.
Is Jaden fighting?
He is fighting actually, yeah. I'm not sure there's anyone in his division.
Oh wow!
You're gonna call him
Do
out
you
for a
fancy a rematch?
yeah. You're gonna call him out for a rematch. We'll speak to Mohammed. We'll get
I'll put an extra weight, so I'll go up to 82. He'll be down to like 70, and we'll still get merged. We're like two magnets, man. We'll just
fuck it. We'll just speak to Mohammed. We'll just set up a super fight. Just lock off all the mats for 5 minutes.
nah. It's one of them, man. I think it'd just be so much fun. Like
It would be. You should do it like so. You done it gi last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do both this time, gi and no gi.
just Sambo, man. We're gonna mix and match.
Yeah, gi jackets and then just nothing on the legs, ready for the leg locks.
Ready for everything.
Yeah.
Go for business. No, I think it'd be fun, man. But anyway, with UMAC, it's a really interesting show because obviously what I was saying earlier is like darting at left, right, and centre, everywhere to go and compete. Whereas one on the doorstep is the dream.
I know. I love it. And like we try and send all our guys there because like, look, it's just down the road. And also you want to support local businesses. And if we keep it promoting it, they'll keep coming back. Do you know what I mean? Don't want to keep having to travel. Like you said, I mean, you went to Manchester. Oh, that's a bob. Nah, this is perfect. And like I said, with the kids can compete. And then once they're tired and want to go home, missus can take them home and then carry on coaching. But there was the last one, we had like 5-6 people fighting on the mats at the same time. So all us coaches are just running around like headless chickens.
Yeah,
man.
I remember.
Oh, it's crazy, but loved it. We were there. I was there from like 8 till I think we finished like 7, 6 or 7, something like that. Yeah, long old day, but great fun.
It's
Wouldn't
worth
change
it though, isn't it?
It is worth it. It's one day, and you get to help out everyone else. So no, it was fun. I'm not competing myself this time though. There's no one in my division.
I was scared.
I don't think so.
Anyone can get it.
Yeah, I don't mind, but I'm just like nah. Just focus on the coaching this time. Let the kids and the others compete. The lower belts. Are you fighting?
I'm not planning to. My back's still fucked.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's only like 2 weeks away, isn't it?
That's it. And it's like I've got Valhalla in May. That's a sub only up in Manchester again, and then Banbury. I've got Zion, 10th Planet Banbury.
Oh, okay.
That should be alright. That's May 19th, so it's just healing up for that. Back into training.
One straight fight.
Yeah, just super fights.
How long are the rounds?
Either 8 or 10 minutes. I'm not sure.
8 or 10 minutes. Yeah, full rules. Oh, nice. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'd be fun. So I did one fairly recently. Let's say fairly recent. It was last week, not the week before. Yeah, I think in Manchester. That was Grapple House.
Okay.
And I tell you what, man, I went gung ho. I went hell for leather. I've never fought so intensely
Yeah.
ever. Because normally I'm like a bit slower. You know how we roll, it's playful. We just
Yeah.
mess around, whatever. I went fucking bam, 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 bam. I must have hit 7 leg lock attempts in like the first like 20, 30 seconds.
Fucking hell.
Just going for it, man. I was like, do you know what? I'm always a bit too hesitant, too whatever. Let's just
Let's
see
just
what
go
happens.
for it.
And afterwards, I got him with a triangle armbar, whatever it was. And I'm just there. My legs are on fire. I feel like I've torn everything. I'm like, nah, this ain't cricket. This ain't what you want.
Nah.
It's good fun, though.
You had multiple fights that day, right?
Yeah, the second one, because I was so written off, I was like, I don't think something's going to snap. And I was too hesitant. And I just froze and got caught with arm drag from half butterfly to the back and then rear naked.
Oh, fucking hell.
It was annoying because I felt like, do you know what? If I was a bit more switched on, I could have given a better show of myself. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah.
I'm the man. It's just an excuse. It was like, I let myself down there a little bit. But
Hey, something you can work on for next time. That's all it is. I felt the same. This competition now. There's one fight. I remember now. Guys, are like, you got a minute left. It was 0-0 on points. I don't think I would have got a decision if it went to a decision. It would have been so close. But I'm on the bottom. I'm in like a knee shield half guard, and I'm thinking, right, I got a minute left. In a minute, I'm just gonna like invert and try some leg lock thing. I'm not an expert. But then I was like, right, you got 30 seconds. Everyone's shouting at me. You got to do something. You got to do something. I looked at the clock. I'm like, okay, 30 seconds. I'm about to go. And the guy went. He just got up, shot past my guard, and then ended up on my back. I don't think he didn't get the points, but that was enough to win the match. And I was like, fuck's sake. Too much hesitation. That cost me. So that was the only fight where I was like, fuck, I let myself down. So yeah, next time I just won't be so hesitant. You just kind of got to go for it.
that's what these adjustments are really for, aren't they? And I use that word very specifically. It's like an excuse is very much like a way of just dismissing something, but an
Yeah,
adjustment is making that change and making that step forward. And again, hesitancy and like, was it more is lost in indecision than wrong decision? And you
yeah,
kind of like sit there thinking, what should I do? Should I? When should I? And it's like, whereas just go, go, go. Again, it's easier said than
100%.
done, but
Well, at least now I've learned that lesson. Now I can't do that again. I'm gonna have to just you gotta suck it up because that was literally like one of my second to last fights. I didn't have much left to do. Do you know what I mean? I had to go for it. So yeah, that really pissed me off. I was on the side of my like, what a fucking idiot. Why didn't I just go? But that's what we do. We learn. Got to move and adjust. And they said adjustments.
I think it's important because I feel like a loss you have earlier on gives you a win later down the line.
Yeah,
So like it might be a reason you did so well at grappling industries because of those kind of matches.
yeah,
So you know what I mean? It all works out the way it should be. I feel
yeah, yeah, 100%.
whether you like it or not. I feel, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I lost this match. Yeah, it's all gonna work out. So fuck off. I want that belt. I want that medal.
We're here for a long time, mate. Not a good time.
That's it. We're playing the long game, man.
That's it. I'm not playing. Yeah, we just everyone's like, you still doing jiu-jitsu? I'm like, well, yeah. It doesn't really stop. It carries on forever. I don't plan on ever stopping. It's such a silly question.
Here's a question for you though. What was getting your black belt like?
What was it like? Oh man, it
Just
was
the
amazing.
realization of it.
Do you know what? They fucking stitched me up. So with our gradings, no one knows what they're getting, and obviously I'd been a brown belt for 4.5 years. And because of our lineage, it's all a bit over the place. Aaron is a black belt under Mancini at LFF, and Kieran's a black belt under Caesar in Grand Union. So I was like, well, they're going to have to have a discussion, and someone's going to have to come up with something at some point. Kieran had been taking me down to Grand Union for a few sessions here and there, introducing me to Caesar. He was up front. He's like, look, you're going to I'm trying to introduce you so that Caesar can eventually give you a black belt because it's silly. Do you know what I mean? You've been a brown belt for X amount of time. I'm like, yeah, I know, but what am I going to do? I'm not leaving 210 to go elsewhere, sort of thing. I'm like, you're my coach. You guys have got to decide. I just kept saying like, I'm here to train. You guys need to figure this out. So yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to happen at some point, but then grading came along and gave out all the belts. Didn't call my name, and then they started doing stripes. So they called me up for my fourth stripe on my brown belt, and I'm like, okay, cool. Still got a little bit. They still want to see some more from me. That's fine. Like I said, I wasn't expecting. It's got to that point now. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then they gave Tamor his brown belt, which was a surprise because that was after all the belts and all the stripes. And then they're talking about how important the brown belt is. Then they start talking about how important the black belt is. I'm sat there like, why? Who are they giving the black belt to? Why are they going on so much about a black belt? And then Aaron starts talking about fucking being a dad and working hard and all this shit. I'm like, oh my god, it's me. And that's when it hit me. I was like, fuck me, they're gonna do it. I was just sat there though. My Dim took my phone. Didn't have a clue. He's taking pictures and selfies and stuff behind me. And I think Aaron Khalik was like, oh, you need to start filming. So they caught like the end of the speech. But yeah, man, I was this close to crying. It was it was emotional time, man. You know, gym's fucking erupting. Everyone's like banging the floor and shit. No, it's amazing, man. But at the same time, it's like had a great day. Everyone's celebrating. Take your pictures, get your likes. Monday, we're back in the gym. Nothing changes. Like that's it. Little bit more respect, but that's it. Competitions are harder now, but that's about it, really. I always tell people you can't like focus on it too much because if that's what you're looking forward to, it's gonna be bittersweet because you're gonna get it and then have nothing else to look forward to after. So, but at the same time, I loved it, and yeah, I do. One of my proudest moments. 14 years, nearly.
14 years.
Yeah, I think like 13 and a half years training. So yeah, it's a long time, man.
Good going, man. That's wicked.
Thank you.
That's so good. It's one of them. It's just such a surreal concept as well. It's just like black belt, man.
I know. Especially like, because like I said, brown belt for 4.5 years, and I was just like, it's gonna happen at some point because I'm not quitting. So, but yeah, it is a weird feeling, and then you kind of feel like a bit imposter syndrome. You're like, do I deserve it? Am I as good as the black belts were when I was a white belt and a blue belt and stuff? Look at Aaron and Kieran, I'm like, am I as good as them? Like, but yeah, you get the messages from people like, oh mate, overdue, and all like, oh maybe, okay, cool. Now we've got to compete and see see where we're at. So I'm happy. Yeah, it's good, man. How long you been a purple belt for now?
This will be my 4th year.
4th year
Yeah.
at purple.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I got mine December 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. So lockdown, everything affected that.
Yeah, definitely. But it's one of them. I feel like it took, I don't know. Every belt I feel I've matured at a different level. Like something about my like persona, something about my attitude towards training, how I am with myself.
Yeah.
Is outside of my game. I just feel like it really reflects on who I am as a person. I don't know what it is. It's a weird one. Like at blue, I don't know, a bit naive, a bit like, not cocky, that's the wrong word, but overconfident. Like I've learned a little bit of jiu-jitsu,
typical blue
a
belts.
bit of MMA, and I thought I was a man.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, you're a cunt. You just don't know what's going on. You
But
think
even the blue belt though, it's nothing to like. It takes ages, especially at our gym. Like they're not giving out blue belts, man, for free. You have to fucking earn that shit. And like I said, like I've got this saying. I'd say white belts aren't people. So to get that blue belt and become a person is like, it means a lot, man. You're not rocking a white belt anymore. You're not a beginner. It means something. I mean, I don't know about you. When did you start jiu-jitsu?
I started MMA 2014, the Ice Bucket Challenge.
2014. Okay, yeah, I remember.
That's how I remember it. So the gym I was at the time, they did that on a trial.
Yeah.
And I was sort of back and forth for a little while. I was like just doing the odd sessions.
What was your coach though?
So we had a Brazilian guy come in, Rafael Busquets.
Okay.
I don't know if you met him or not. Small Brazilian guy.
Oh, hold on. What's his name? Busquets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Raf. Yeah.
He gave me a couple of stripes on my white belt before he went off to Spain.
Because he trained with us for a bit in Luton, and then he moved away. Okay, so he was what at the time?
He was brown belt. He was coaching our jiu-jitsu on a Saturday.
Right.
My lineage is a mess, man.
No, it's fine. I'm just curious.
No, because it starts off with Raf.
Yeah.
And then Raf leaves. I'm like, okay, we haven't got a coloured belt to do our gradings or do our training. I'm like, okay, I'll go to someone else in Bedford. Went to him, got my blue belt, and then, I don't know, it didn't really work out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really. Yeah, it's just one of them. I think it was work or something like that came up. And then went to work in Northampton, moved to BST, and then I got my purple belt. So now it's 3 different people for like gradings and stuff. And now I'm at BST training and coaching under Kraken.
Yeah.
So I do my classes under Kraken and I do my training at BST. And because I'm between the two and they both get on and then it's all like similar situation. Like
They're both RGA though, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because Darren and Rick, they're black belts from BST.
Yeah.
And
so they're both black belts under Danny. Oh, okay.
So it just gets confusing, to be honest. Like, I'm talking about it and I'm lost.
Yeah. But I was going to say, so when you started, your coach was a brown belt at the time. So for us, when we started, our coach was a purple belt. I mean, when I started as a white belt, the blue belts were like gods, mate. You couldn't touch them. And then there'd be times where they would take a session and like, even their knowledge was like, fucking hell, like, you're a blue belt, but they know everything. They were like untouchable. It took a while for to even get anything on them. To get through them sort of belts. I mean, for me, getting to I think purple belt and then brown belt was like, I'm past Del. You know Del, right?
Yeah.
So Del was our coach at first. He was purple. Man, you couldn't fuck about with Del when we were training with him. He's a purple belt. Like, that was almost unheard of back then. So yeah, to get past them sort of levels was it just still doesn't feel right. You're like, Jesus Christ, like that's crazy. He was so good. But yeah, my lineage is all messed up as well now. I mean, it was Dell, then left that because went to Tucon for a bit. But I was I trained there for about a year, and then Aaron and Kieran started up 210, but there's no like it's just 210, and then they've got such a good relationship with their coaches. Their coaches are like, look, you just do your own thing. We don't need no affiliation sort of thing. So. Kieran trains at Grand Union, Aaron trains at LFF. They come together 210, and then we're all just under them. And I'm technically a Caesar Lima black belt because with
Mr. Black Belt.
Yeah, but yeah, that Kieran had to sort that all out for me. So yeah, it's under. I mean, I train under Aaron and Kieran, but technically under Caesar. Thanks, Caesar.
But this is it. I mean, realistically, lineage I feel like it's a nice to know, but it's not like a defining thing as such. Because even like, I'll give you a prime example. You're fighting someone from a certain gym.
Yeah,
You expect them to have that gym style.
but no.
Exactly, they're just people.
No, exactly. I mean, you could probably attest to this. How many different like everyone's got their own sort of style in the gym. You've got your leg lock guys, your guard guys, your top heavy. Like everyone's got their own fighting style. So I don't think we have a style at 210. It's just
Loud cornering.
yeah, loud corner, just loud dominating cornering. Just hey, it works.
It does work.
If we can get 3 coaches in one on one mat, then yeah, you can't hear your coach.
Haven't got a chance.
Yeah, fuck it. It's got to be done sometimes.
Can't argue with results.
Yeah. It works at these lower level comps. IBJJF's coming soon, hopefully.
Oh, you never know, mate. That's the rematch.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool goal. What are your goals with jiu-jitsu competitions?
Do you know what? So, because I've got black belt now, grappling industries are free. So I'm just like, fuck it. As many of them as I can do. Just get as much experience as possible. And anything local, really. I was looking to sign up for something IBJJF this year, but I think I've missed the London Open. I believe that was earlier on now. And I don't think there's anything else for the rest of the year apart from the British.
Okay.
That's not IBJJF, but the British Open. But I'm not free that weekend, so it's just one of them things. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Other than that, really, I've got no other expectations. I'm just training, enjoying it, competing when I can. Take the wins and the losses as they are. That's about it, really. How about yourself?
Well, it's a funny thing with goal setting for me. It was like, I won't go into it too much, but anyway, I had a period where I was a bit overexcited and planning everything in the world and all these different ideas.
Yeah.
And it sort of stemmed into, I'm going to do all these things, but it starts with this stage. It's get on Polaris, get on Grapple Fest, all these things, get on the big shows, the biggest ones in the UK. Because, if I'm struggling to win local tournaments, it's not like an overnight thing.
Yeah.
But why not aim for it, Why not be that story of someone who went from losing white belt divisions to winning on Polaris?
Yeah, why not?
You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm going in the right direction. I'm getting progressively better. I'm training more. I'm competing, better results.
That's good, man.
So it's just...
You're getting the invites as well, which is good.
Yes
You get
and
your
no.
name out.
Yes and no. When it comes... Spoiler alert for most people. When it's an invitational or things like that, you just ask and they make yourself tickets. It's not this elite kind of, you're in the hush-hush, the who's who.
Oh, I didn't know
Sometimes it is. Sometimes I'll invite you. That's normally how it's meant to go, but...
that. Yeah. It's still nice, though. Still, you're still out there and performing, so that's all that counts, really. And you're getting the experience. But you can go on Polaris Contenders. You tried that?
No, not yet. I need to, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely the way to do it, I think.
I think so, yeah. If you're not... With them guys, you know what it's like? They've always got the same people on the show, so you need to get in there somehow. Smash a load of guys on the way up there. Basically, that's the only way you're going to get in, I think.
Oh, 100%. And this is the whole point. You need to, I don't know, again, there's the whole people with the same kind of goal, same kind of drive, all the rest of it, the same people you see. It's just, they're in the way.
Yeah. Fuck it, you got to take them out.
That's it. Famous last words. Is there anyone you want to shout out? Any brands? Obviously, you got Trident Fightwear on.
Oh yeah, Trident Fightwear. Thank you. This is Kieran's brand from Kieran Trident. Yeah, he's a sound guy, man. He's always cooking up crazy ideas. So he's gonna look out for some of his rash guards coming out soon. Shout out to Kieran Boyce, Aaron Neal at 210, all the guys at 210, Caesar and Max at Grand Union. Love them guys as well, man. Just about it really.
Thank you for your time, my man.
Thanks, man. Good to see you, bro.
Much appreciated.